All right, so this is stuff you've already done before. We're not actually going to learn anything new today. We're just going to apply it to slightly more difficult stuff than you did last year. So PRT is the formula. What does P stand for, Gemling? Principal. Whoa, why can't I spell? Principal. What does principal mean?
A person that was
No, that is spelled incorrectly. That would be PAL. Sorry, what does it mean? Huh? I can't hear you. Yeah, right. So it's the starting amount, right? So actually, I'm going to write original amount. So this is your original amount. So if you're borrowing money, if you're depositing money, whatever it is, P is your original amount. What's R?
Rate.
Rate. And how do you write the rate? As a decimal. It is not the same thing. That's the problem. So 12% is what? 0.12. What is 2.3%? Okay, so just make sure that you always convert it to a decimal. And then what's T? Time. And how is it in time? Years. Good. So if they tell you 6 months, what's the time? It's 0.5. Did you just say 0.6? Boo. All right, so if they tell you 6 months, you're writing 0.5. Time must always be in years. All right, so basically you're not really having to do anything particularly difficult today. You're just having to interpret questions. So if we say that our rule is PRT, let's say that I'm going to start with $12,400. Wouldn't that be nice? I'd love to have that much money. All right, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to invest that at a rate of 6.2% for 8.5 years. All right, so then I'm going to do my principal. So 12,400 times my rate. What do I write as my rate? Good, 0.062 times 8.5 because it's already in years. Someone type all that into a calculator for me. Tell me what you get.
No, working.
All right, now we're about to talk about how the questions might be worded. So let's type this in. Tell me how much money we have.
A lot.
Well, I'm going to say it's probably not that much, really. It'll be more than that.
6,534.
Okay.
8 cents.
Good. All right. Is that how much money I have?
No.
What is that?
That's how much you paid.
Okay, so what's the word I'm looking for?
Added.
What? Interest. This is the amount of interest that I made. So if the question asks you, how much interest did you make? That's the answer. If the question says, how much money do you have after 6.5 years? What do I need to do? Add them, right? So if I want to know how much money I have in total after 6.5 years, I need to add these two things because this is still the principal amount, but I've made this much interest. So I'm going to have 1,893,480. So that's how much money I would have after 8.5 years. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So just be careful when you're reading the questions that you know what you're being asked to do. I will tell you that question 5 today is pretty tricky, but apart from that, the rest of it should be okay. If you can do question 5 without help, I'll be very impressed. And I don't mean trial and error, I mean actually working it out. So you're doing 2 exercises today. Let me know how you go.